Hi everybody, we're on another GMG review. Today we're going to take a look at the Wizards Conclave from Osprey Games for Frostgrave. So this is a neat book. This is actually the first publication that Osprey's done for Frostgrave that's not entirely written by Joe. It's actually written by a whole bunch of like really cool industry names, and I was lucky enough to get invited to write a scenario for it as well. So I thought I'd give it a review. This is something different for Frostgrave, and next week we're going to take a look at another book from Frostgrave, The Maze of Malcor, that actually changes up some of the core rules too. But we're going to dive into this one first. It's really neat because it gives you a pile of scenarios to play. Some are like little mini linked scenarios, some are cooperative, some are even solo play from a variety of different authors, all giving their own take on Frostgrave. So it jumps from everything from dark fantasy to survive the night zombie apocalypse to all the fun things you could think of. A lot of these would be great in-store event games or even just like things to take a break between campaigns. So let's take a look at some of the names and some of the missions from the Wizards Conclave. We're going to give it a flip through. I'll take the camera down right now and you can check it out. So here's Frostgrave, the Wizards Conclave by Joseph McCullough. And because of the magic of alphabetization, me too. And also Levi Bridges, Alex Bouchel, Allessio Cavatore, Chris Caesar, Andy Chambers, Joel Eddy, Nick Iyer, Joseph McGuire, our good buddy from This Is Not a Test, Daniel Mercy, Chris Pramas, Andrea, I'm going to screw this up, Svilagoy, maybe? Phil Smith, my editor, Sean Sutter from Relic Blade, Gav Thorpe of GW, and Matt Ward from GW. All contributed to this book, which is pretty rad. So again, brand new art, which I absolutely love. And how many we got here for our number of scenarios? It is, oh, and also I should say, beautiful artwork from Dimitri and Kate Burmick. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is actually 3, so 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then a mini campaign, which is cooperative from Joe, that he published for Adepticon 2018. This was the event game that he wrote for that, which he's put in here too, called Strange Alliances. So yeah, a great introduction by Joe. Basically talking about how he's spent so much time in the industry, he's met a lot of people, and he thought it would be fun to get them together to write a book for Osprey, and this was the result. And so each section has a wonderful scenario by one of the authors. So Alex Bouchel does this one, Catch Me If You Can. Introduces some new monsters, does mimics, fantastic. I love mimics. They're one of my favorite monsters. And then it tells you a random what the mimic type is in here. And there's always a blurb. There's a biography about the author and how Joe came to meet them and stuff too. I'm not going to focus on all the individual ones, including my own, because I think they're personal and they're actually a thing worth picking the book up for. But then there's some great art actually for each of the scenarios. So for Joseph McGuire's Escape from the Tower of Zargosh, there's like a kind of Cthulhu-y monster illustration bursting through the floor of like a tower and chasing everybody. So it's a tower that's clearly been knocked over on its side, and this is coming up through what used to be the floor. So I love all of the art in this book, but the art that was done for it is just fantastic. And then we've got The Abandoned Workshop by Andy Chambers. So Andy, of course, of Games Workshop fame, worked there for years. Wrote editions of 40K, Necromunda, Epic 40,000, BFG, like tons of stuff. This is mine, The Blade of Burial. Now, this was actually the piece of art I was most excited about because, so this is the scenario artwork, The Blade of Burial. And then these two wizards are now actually canon in the world of Frostgrave, which I think is awesome. So when Joe asked me about what the art should look like for this and what the wizards should look like in the picture, we decided that we would do Red and Hrothgar from the original Frostgrave campaign that we ran here on the channel. So that was my wizard, Hrothgar. He was a sigilist. You can see him there with his staff, his cape, and his robes. And there's Owen's wizard, Red, now actual in Frostgrave book art form, which I think is pretty rad. That there's actually like a sort of like canon picture of them in the world. So deeply honored, like huge thanks to Joe for doing that. And I didn't tell Owen that this was happening, so this is hopefully a surprise for him. Yeah, I hope he's excited about this too, because he doesn't know yet. Their red is officially in Frostgrave. And maybe someday Nick Iyer will make miniatures for them. Who knows? Maybe someday you'll get official Red and Hrothgar miniatures. Lair of the Crow Mage. So this is mine's like a three-parter, 3 different scenarios, and then some magic items and stuff. And then Phil Smith's the Stone Deep, which I just love this picture. It's like a treasure hunter, or maybe he's one of the what is it, the tunnel rats. Wonderful picture, just oozes atmosphere. All of the art in this is just fantastic. My bookmark. The Ice Palace, again a great one with a fire mage raining down tasty death inside the Ice Palace. But then this great picture of just like a soldier. He's just kind of like, he looks sad. I don't know why. Like he's just covered in like old cold weather slops, going into fight. Doesn't really want to go near that fire. You can tell. This one's by Levi Bridges. The Maze of Mirrors. I love this one because it's the same wizard twice. He's got his doppelganger right behind him, which is really, really cool. Great piece of art. Gav Thorpe's The House of Tempests. And then the Cabinet of Calixa Malice, Matt Ward's. I absolutely love this piece of art. And that's, of course, the cabinet with, I guess, Calixa Malice, who maybe someday will get a miniature too. What a great piece of artwork. Matt Ward, of course, writing tons of fiction for Frostgrave at this point, but he worked on the original, was it Lord of the Rings? The Lord of the Rings strategy battle game stuff, and War of the Ring as well. War of the Ring being one of my favorite all time. You can see a Let's Play for it on this channel. Mass Combat Systems. He did a great job on that. Nick Eyre's Old Scores. Nick Eyre, if you haven't seen North Star Minis, does all of the miniatures for Frostgrave, and is just a fantastic supporter of the game. He's done all the plastics. All of these are all North Star miniatures. You can see here the Pit Fighter. Well, one of my favorites, the Barbarian. Or maybe he's the Barbarian Templar, I'm not sure. He's definitely got a big axe though. He's a double-handed weapon, whatever he is. He might even be a man-at-arms. And then some of the new wizards. I think that's a Tunnel Rats. Yeah, Tunnel Rats, maybe a Crow Mage, or maybe a Wizard. Those are both maybe wizards, and this is the Pit Fighter, who is super cool. Or possibly Treasure Hunter. Who cares? He's a cool fantasy miniature. And then this one with the Wizard's Eye. I love that. That's a great female wizard model, like just painting. I'm not sure what type of wizard she's supposed to be, but she's just like, what a great piece of art. Kind of chiaroscuro-y. You got the floating wizard eye and the brand like on fire there. Chris Pramas' article. New Kid in the Chopping Block by Joel Eddy. And then Sean's The Betrayer's Blade with this awesome, it's Larry Elmore without the cheesecake. Like I probably read a fantasy novel when I was a teenager that has a cover almost like that. What a great piece of art. Really well done. I think that might be from the cover of the Soldiers 2 box, actually. Yeah, the Frostgrave Soldiers 2. Sean, of course, the author of Relic Blade as well, Daniel Mercy. And there's the cover, Strange Alliances by Joseph McCullough. And these are all of the quiz of all these wizards have in common. This was the first time these wizards who had miniatures from North Star were ever put into a painting. So that was their whole jam. And then there's one more piece of art I love, which is the super golem. He kind of has a World War robot kind of look to him, but I love that he's got like a cleaver and a bone saw. He is clearly a robot that was made to make, I guess, meat. And he looks incredibly dangerous. He looks like the Raider version of this guy right here, which is the North Star Golem. So there it is. A flip through of the Wizards Conclave from Osprey Games for Frostgrave. Wonderful set of scenarios. If you're excited about playing games and you're looking for some stuff to do that's both single player and cooperative. So this whole little mini campaign or 3 scenarios is cooperative from Joe. One of these, I think the one that Nick did, Old Scores, is a solo campaign, and then the Surviving the Night one, where is it? Catch Me Can't Has Tempests, one of these ones. Might be The Cult of a Thousand Eyes. One of these is Mostly Come at Night by Daniel Marcy, is I think a solo play one, where you're just trying to survive. Yeah, this is the one. You're just trying to survive against the zombie. Oh wait, that's not the right one. That's Joel Eddy's. This one, Mostly Come at Night. You're trying to survive against the zombies. It's got kind of a Evil Dead thing going on, where you're just trying to survive until the end of the day. So what the turn is, and then whether or not more and more skeletons and zombies show up to fight. That might be the Barbarian. I love that miniature. What a great model. And the paint job, oof, so well done. That's Kev Dalmore. He's a fantastic painter. So there it is, a look at the Wizards Conclave from Frostgrave. So next week we're going to take a look at the Maze of Malcor, which is super cool and fundamentally changes some of the rules in Frostgrave too. It's got updates to the core rules. So if you're a fan of Frostgrave, you definitely want to pick this up because it's got some adjustments for like how the actual core mechanics of the game work. Not like gameplay wise, except for creature activation, but for campaigns. So for instance, how you go about like level imbalances, and what was the other one? How you score experience and stuff too. So lots of interesting stuff in here. This one's actually even heftier. I think it comes in at almost 100 pages, 92 pages. So lots more. We'll check this out next Saturday. So thanks for watching. We'll see you for more reviews in the future. Check out the Wizards Conclave. Comes out in February? Comes out soon from Osprey. It's on pre-order now. Go to the website and check it out if you're interested. And big thanks to Joe for including me. So for more GMG reviews, you'll see me next Saturday. Till then, Ash, happy Wargaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.